Okay, welcome to seminar Geometry, Arithmetic, and Differential Equations of Periods. Today we have Frank Lorey, who is going to talk about some transcendence problems in Painlevé equations. So Frank, you can start.
Muito obrigado para convidar-me. Vou falar em inglês. So good morning, everybody. I will talk about Painlevé equations. So let me recall basics about this. Can you see this? You take a differential equation of this form. Let's say that P is, for instance, rational. And the problem of Painlevé was to find a new differential equation such that the solution of this differential equation provides new interesting transcendental function. So at that time, everybody was working with special functions by the end of the 19th century, and most of these special functions arise as solution of differential equation, and the idea was to look for new interesting functions. So interesting means three things. So the first thing is that they satisfy the Painlevé property. So Painlevé property means that the solutions have good analytic continuation. The second property is irreducibility. And irreducibility means that the integration of the equation cannot reduce to that of, say, first order or also, first order differential equation, sorry, or any order linear differential equation. So there is a more involved definition, but the idea is that we are looking for differential equation of the second order that cannot reduce to the first order, for instance. And there is a third important thing, which is they should be useful. So with this in hand, Painlevé and Gambier found a list of differential equations which are called Painlevé equations. P1, 2, so the second one depends on one parameter, and so on until P6, which depends of 4 parameters. And in fact, you can, so this is a larger one, and by degeneration, you can go back to the other until the first one. So maybe it can be useful to give an example. So I can write the first Panvé equation. This is the first one. So
Frank, the camera is still not covering.
yes. Okay. So where is coming? So this list is coming from a study of this differential equation with Panvé property. So with Panvé property, so the first Panvé property gives to Panvé a list of 50 equations. But if you add irreducibility, then you obtain these six family of equations. But still, it was opened by the beginning of the 20th century. The irreducibility was still open. I mean that those equations are irreducible was still open. And they should be useful. In fact, Panvé said nothing about this. But obviously, they should be useful. Otherwise, there is not so much interest. And so the answer came rapidly by a work of Fuchs about isomonodromy. So there is an isomonodromy interpretation of Panvé equations. And Fuchs was for the larger one, and for the degenerate case, it is a little bit more complicated, and it was proved by Jimbo Miwa. Okay, so this is a quick introduction to Panvé equation. So I would like to say a little bit more about irreducibility. So we can define a class of, let's say, Payne functions, including the known special functions. So what is a Payne function? So it is, you can think of as a weakly transcendental. So you start from rational function, and then you proceed to extend the field of your functions as follows. You can add algebraic extensions. You can also have differentiation. This is to have the so-called differential field. You can add integration. And this is what I was talking about before. Integration of linear differential equation. Or integration of first order differential equation. It is supposed that you do this from a differential equation whose coefficient lie in the field before. And you add new function, and you can iterate this extension procedure. And by the way, you construct new functions which are transcendental. And so the irreducibility means that this is more complicated than this function. So, irreducibility means that the generic of
Frank, you are
yes.
again out of camera.
So the generic solution of your differential equation is not cannot be constructed by this way. Okay? And so the theorem was proved by Nishioka and Umemura, almost at the same time, is that Panve1 differential equation is irreducible. So I don't know exactly the story about the other one. Now we know that they are, all of them are irreducible, but maybe Guy Casal should be able to say more about this. So I will talk about the work of Guy Casal, in fact. There is a stronger notion of irreducibility. This is a irreducibility, this is transcendence of solution, but there is another notion which is transcendence of first integral. Donc, a stronger notion, which is due to Malebranche-Casal. About transcendence of first integral. And it turns out that this is a stronger notion. This leads to a stronger notion of irreducibility. So I will say a few words about this, but I will not enter into the data. In particular, I will not give the definition of irreducibility in that case. So, the main ingredient is an object which was introduced by Malebranche, which is a Galois tromboid. Of the foliation. So, which foliation? So, you start with a differential equation like this, then you can associate a vector field, which is dx. So what you do is to set, you introduce a new variable, z, which is dy over dx, so y prime, denoted y prime. Okay, can you see? And then you introduce a new vector field. Okay. You introduce a vector field in the free variable, which is z dy, plus p of x, y, z, dz. And so the solution of the differential equation are given by foliation in this situation. So you have, here you have the variable x, and you transform the solution, which goes in every direction, in the variable xy, into foliation. You have a foliation here, and in fact, the Pump property tells you that the foliation is very particular. So the foliation is as follows. You have fibration. So fibration by quasi-projective surfaces, and the foliation of Pinglet, which is defined like this, is transversal, but in a strong sense. It induces an analytic isomorphism between the different surfaces. And so this fibration is not algebraically trivial. But is analytically trivial. And the trivialization is given exactly by the Pinglet foliation. Okay, we get a foliation, and what Malebranche defined was a Galois topoloid for the foliation. So, from a foliation, you can look at the integration of V, and you get some diffeomorphism around, which is going along the leaves, and which is called a pseudogroup. The foliation, so we denote by F index V the foliation. So the pseudogroup of the foliation, so what did Malebranche is to define some, say, Zariski closure. This pseudogroup to get an object which is a Lie pseudogroup. That's a nice structure, and so how it runs. The Lie pseudogroup is the Zariski closure is done in the jet bundle. So you have to work, for instance, in jet bundles. In jet bundles, the transformation are algebraic in the fiber of the jet bundle. And then you can take the Zariski closure, and you get some, you take some projective limit when you increase the order of jet bundle. So the definition is very technical. You can also think of this as follows. You look at the differential equation satisfied by the element of the pseudogroup. So this defines a sort of ideal or sheaf of ideal on the variety, and then you consider all the transformation which satisfies the same equation. This gives you a Lie pseudogroup. Okay, I don't want to go much into detail, but anyway, you have an object which is a kind of Galois group, but which will be of infinite dimension, even if you restrict this pseudogroup to a transverse slice, it can be infinite dimensional. But it can also, it can be not the pseudogroup of any transformation. And this is the study of this pseudogroup, which gives you information about the nature of first integrals, like in the linear case, the case of linear differential equation. Okay, so with this in hand, Guy Casal gave a new proof of irreducibility. So it is
Frank, don't forget the camera.
so Casal, in a commentary 2008, so proved that the Galois pseudogroup of P1 is the, sorry, I have to introduce something. I forgot. So, if you look at this foliation, it has a property, which is that it is transversally symplectic. In fact, you can look at where it is. You can look at the two form omega, which is defined by the inner product of V with dx, dy, z. And this is a closed two form. And this gives you a transversally symplectic structure to the foliation. So the foliation is defined, in fact, by the kernel of this two form, and these two form induce a symplectic structure, holomorphic symplectic structure on the transversal, and the flow, the Pinvet flow, is symplectic from slice to slice. And so the Galois groupoid is exactly consisting. So I should say transversal groupoid is exactly consisting in symplectic pseudogroup. So it is infinite dimensional. It is not anything, but it is infinite dimensional. So this has to be thought as a kind of irreducibility for first integral. And 1 year later, proved that this implies, yes, this implies irreducibility.
Frank, you are out of camera again.
Irreducibility in the sense of Umemura and Nishioka. for solutions. For solutions. So this means that the generic solution is very transcendental, but of course you can have some special solution inside, which are somehow isolated. You can have algebraic solution arising, but the general is transcendental. Okay, so the ingredients of this, how to prove that the Galois group is symplectic. So Guy Casal has a proposition, strong proposition, so based, so it is based.
Frank, so it is for all solutions, so there is no algebraic solution at all in this case.
Yes. Okay, in point V1 there is no algebraic solution. But I mean that for the point V6 case, they are irreducible, but they have algebraic solution. So the general solution of the point V6 equation is transcendental enough. Okay? So based on Lee Cartan theory of pseudogroup, to prove that the pseudogroup is the full symplectic pseudogroup, it is enough, when you know that it is symplectic, it is enough to check that the foliation is not contained in a codimension 1 foliation, codimension 1 algebraic foliation, and it is enough to check this and to check that the conormal of the foliation does not admit rational SL2 connection. So this Casal proved that this implies the irreducibility. Okay? So this, the second part means that the foliation is not transversally affine. And so, after this, with Serge Cantat, we proved in the paper in Fourier, we used the techniques of Guy Casal here to prove that the point V6 case is also irreducible in the strong sense. And so this implies also by Guy that you have irreducibility in for solution, general solution. Explain. From now on, I would like to restrict I talk to the point V6 equation. So point V6 means that you have some parameter, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and what we proved is the following. So theorem. So this equation is irreducible in the both sense, okay? So we prove irreducibility in the strong sense for the Galois point, except for Picard parameter and Picard parameters means that alpha, beta, gamma, delta equal 0.001 half. And not only this parameter, it is this parameter up to Okamoto symmetry transformation. So there is a discrete group of symmetries inside this family of differential equations. So for instance, you can add some integers here to the alpha I, and you get Pinvet equations which are birationally equivalent. So you have this group, and up to this group, the only case which is not irreducible is that one. And what proved later that Casal proved later that this case, okay, this case is irreducible only in Nishioka Umemura sense. So this means that the two notions of irreducibility are different. You have a gap here between the two. Okay, and how we did this? So it is by using the criterion of Lie-Casal.
Maybe Frank, can I ask? So there are two notions of irreducibility. So,
yes.
So yours is which one?
So there are two notions: Nishioka Umemura and Malgrange-Casal. Okay, Malgrange-Casal implies Nishioka Umemura. So this is the sense Malgrange-Casal. So we succeed to prove this, except for this one. And indeed, Casal proved that this one is not irreducible in that sense. In fact, the foliation here is transversally affine. So to prove this, we have to check that there does not exist a foliation G containing FV and not transversally affine. Okay? And to do this, what we use is the dynamic of the foliation, because in that case, you have a rich chaotic dynamics. In fact, for the Pinvet-6 case, the base of the vibration is C minus 0,1. So you have topology on the base, and if you look at vibration, so you can go around this, and you have return maps, which gives you some automorphism, polynomial, some automorphism, sorry, analytic automorphism, and we can study this dynamic of system, and prove that it is not possible to have a codimension 1. So a codimension 1 foliation would give you, for instance, the foliation on this slice which is invariant by this automorphism. So we can prove that there is no foliation invariant by this automorphism. Okay, so by dynamical arguments, we can conclude that you cannot have this kind of foliation, does not exist. It cannot be transversally affine, and then we can apply the machinery of Guy-Kazan to get irreducibility. So now I would like to talk about something a little bit in that spirit. It is a work with Michael Falamusa. So if you don't understand everything, you can ask to Michael. He is in the audience, he can answer any question. Okay, so we start with
Frank, maybe it might be better that you just fix this camera position and, I don't know, instead of moving left and right. Anyway, okay.
Okay, so I redraw the same thing. I have X, Y, Z, and here we were, before we were interested by the first integral of the foliation, by foliation of codimension 1, that contain the foliation of dimension 1 on the total space. Instead of this, you can fix an open set in the XY coordinate. Look at the tube over the open set. And look at the foliation, the Banvé foliation inside. And it turns out that you can compactify. So the vertical direction is not C, it is P1. You can compactify the foliation. You have a foliation on the tube, and you can ask, I would say, conjecture. So the following conjecture is there are obstructions to the existence of foliations, codimension 1 foliation, holomorphic foliation. So when I say holomorphic, it is holomorphic singular. That contains the foliation FV inside the tube. I mean that you need not to look in the full coordinate to find obstructions. However, there is a okay. And so, what is motivating this is that with Michael, we studied this kind of geometrical objects. In fact, the foliation is not any foliation here. It has a property because P of x, y, y prime has degree 2 in y prime, degree less or equal than 2 in 3 in y prime. This implies that the foliation is actually transversal to any pi1, and if you look at the foliation along a fiber, pi1 fiber, then the foliation takes all directions. All direction once. For instance, if you project the foliation on the xy variable, what you get is like geodesics, you know, for each point and each direction, you have exactly one leaf. And so this property is very particular. You can look at the space of leaves. And the space of leaves is has the following shape. So maybe I can draw it. So it is a surface because you have a one-dimensional foliation in dimension 3. It is a surface, but in this you have fibers because each leaf intersects a fiber once, at least once. So here you have copies of the fibers P1 inside this. And these P1 fibers have self-intersection +1. So it is an object that, for instance, Hossein has studied. So it is well known that this kind of neighborhood have moduli. I mean that if the self-intersection were negative, by Grower's theorem, there is only one neighborhood. It is linearizable, but in the positive case, self-intersection, then the neighborhood has infinite dimensional moduli. So each Pinvet equation gives you a neighborhood like this. And what we expect is that this neighborhood is as generic as possible in the Pinvet case. And what is a property of generic foliation like this? This is what we proved with Michael recently. So we proved the following.
So Frank, is this happens also for Picard example, or always
No,
Picard is out?
All Pinvet equations.
All
Pinvet equation, you have this neighborhood, okay? You have this construction. This was your question?
Yeah. Okay. So it is general phenomena. Okay.
Yes, you have this. It is because for all Pinvet equation, the degree in y prime is less than 3. Okay, so there is a theorem with Michael, which says that the generic neighborhood, two-dimensional neighborhood of a rational curve with +1 self-intersection has no non-constant, no foliation. There is no foliation, there is no automorphic foliation, even as a germ at the neighborhood of such a curve. Okay, so if you consider, so I go back, I have the tube with this. If you have foliation here, so you have some one-dimensional leaf that contain the Panve foliation, then this will induce a foliation here. So a generic neighborhood has no foliation, so we expect that this arises already for Panve case. Okay? So what we did is to look at the first degree foliation. What is degree?
So here you mean non-singular foliation, no?
No.
Or
I mean,
singular.
it is a foliation which can have a singular point, but indeed, with Michael, we looked at the regular case. So when you have a foliation on this, you can compute a degree. The degree is the number of tangency with the foliation, okay? And you can start by looking at degree 0 foliation. And so the theorem proves is that Panve six neighborhood, I hope this is clear from my talk, does not admit degree 0 foliation. So degree 0 means that it is like this, transversal to the fiber, okay? Except Picard parameter, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, equals 0, 0, 0, 1, 1.
So isn't the existence of this degree 0 foliation equivalent to the flatness of the projective structure?
No. What do you mean by flatness? This does not imply.
So this is a second order differential equation. Flatness means that it's equivalent to the equation of lines.
So it is not equivalent. Not equivalent. So you have a moduli of a huge moduli of projective structure with this property. So it is infinite dimensional, and so this means that Panve ranks in already outside this property. Okay, so the first is published in Mathematician Allen in 2000 this year, and the second one is on arXiv. In fact, it is a new version of a paper that we did in 2017. Okay, so how we do this? Let me check what is the time. Okay. So in fact, we do as follows. So we prove first an extension lemma. Which is as follows. If you have, so I redraw the picture, sorry. I have this Pan-V foliation on P1 bundle, and assume that you have such foliation. So it is a foliation by, this is a foliation by disk in the tube, okay? Which is invariant by the Pan-V foliation. If you have this, then you can do the analytic continuation of this. You can think of this as the first integral, actually, okay? It is a coordinate on the tube, a vertical coordinate on the tube, and you can make analytic continuation. It is not totally evident, because your foliation by curve, you can follow part of the foliation by curve go in the same direction as the path, but when you go along the P1, you go in other directions, so you don't know how to push. So it is done by an exercise of integration, successive integration. And so you can extend the foliation G over any simply connected open set on the base. Okay? It extends as Riccati foliation, for those who know, Riccati, but not. So this Riccati foliation is singular. This means that you can have some vertical component of the foliation, and it is analytic, but a priori it fails to provide a global algebraic foliation. Okay? And so this is evidently a difficulty. But we can, if we can extend this, you can use the monochromy of the Pan-V6 equation. And using what I did with Serge Plantard, we can look at the monochromy. Like the monochromy, there is no reason why this foliation, you return to the same foliation, okay? So, and indeed it is the case. By monochromy, we find many foliations. It means that we have G1, G2, G3, infinitely many. And then there is another work that we did with Michael in the same work in the archive. This implies that the foliation, the neighborhood, if you have many flat structures like this, then the neighborhood is linearizable. Linearizable means what George was talking about. In fact, linearizable means that it is like the neighborhood of a line in P2. So we have to check that for a Pan-V structure, the neighborhood is not linearizable. okay? Or equivalently, the projective structure defined by Pinvey equation is not flat. And this is quite easy by computation because there is a Liouville criterion. So maybe I write here. There is Liouville criterion, which is some differential expression of the coefficient of the differential equation, which implies that it is satisfied, this criterion is satisfied only for 0, 0, 0, 1. So this is corresponding to Picard case. In Picard case, you have transversally affine structure, and this fits with the fact that the projective structure is by lines. The lines correspond to the fine structure of the Picard equation. So to end, maybe I have 4 minutes. I would like to just tell you about another interesting problem. Which is of around the same story. So evidently, what would be very nice would be to prove the conjecture that there is no foliation at all. But we wait the end of the pandemic to return to working on the subject together. So very soon, I hope. Okay. So a second problem, which is somehow similar, is the following. So I said that you have these fibers, the quasi-projective varieties, and they have some compactification, and the compactifying divisor is like this. It is composed with rational curves. So you have 5 rational curves, which are like this, and which have all -2 self-intersection. And so the compactification is given by a singular elliptic curve. So it is an elliptic curve of the type I0 star in the Kodaira classification. And it turns out that in a previous work with Olivier Thom and Frédéric Touzé, and also with Frédéric Touzé and Sergei Voronin, I worked on the classification, formal and analytic classification of neighborhoods of elliptic curves, smooth elliptic curves. Here we have, if you look at the neighborhood of this inside the space of initial condition, then you have a neighborhood of a singular elliptic curve. And I think that it would be very nice to study this and to check if this neighborhood is as generic as possible, like before with the neighborhood of rational curve. And so we have a work in progress with, so there is a student in Mexico, which is Gibran Estero. And So we are co-directing his thesis with Laura Ortiz. And so he made already a study of this case, and it is possible to prove that the general V6 neighborhood of what? Of this elliptic curve, okay? Is not analytically equivalent to that of the special case of Pan V6, Picard Pan V6. Picard Pan V6. So this means that at least there are some, in the Pan V family of those neighborhoods, there are some moduli already on the, just looking at the neighborhood of the infinity, you have some moduli. So I think it is very interesting. So this is what we are going now to do, to study the analytic classification or even formal classification of those neighborhoods and try to investigate the case of a Pan V equation. So I would like to stop here. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Frank. Any question in the recorded session? Maybe I ask my question. If no, Frank, is that the fact that Picard's Painlevé is exceptional has to do with the fact that Picard's the Painlevé has infinite number of solutions, or
I don't know if it is
algebraic solution. Sorry.
Yes, it is already special for this, but I don't know if it is the reason. So, for instance, you know there is this Okamoto group acting, and if you look at this problem, the two problems I was looking for with Michael and that one with Friedman. In that case, we find obstruction only, so only the Picard case seems to be special. But those ones which are birational to it do not seem to be special. Because you see, when you apply the Okamoto transformation, they do not preserve the fibration, they do not preserve the variables. Okay, so it changes the shape. So, for instance, the result with Michael is very strict. Only the case 0,001 is special. And if you look at Picard equation, so there are. So up to Okamoto symmetry, there is one which is something with coefficient 3/8 and blah, 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 which has been studied by Hitchin, which is related to Picard case by a birational transformation. But in that case, the P1 bundle is not trivial. It's not trivial.
Yeah.
So, and this one evidently has the algebraic solution. So it is not only this. This problem is taking into account the variable x and the shape of the fibration.
Okay. Okay. Maybe I stop recording and then ask the audience once again.